Ever walked into a room and completely blanked on why you're there? Like, did I come here to do laundry or perform brain surgery? Hard to say. It's like our brains are playing hide and seek with the information we need. So, let's talk about 5 surprising things that could be destroying your memory as you age. Forgetfulness is a common yet deadly spiritual disease. That is why God's word gives so much emphasis to calling us to remember. Much of the burden of Moses' message to the Israelites in Deuteronomy is warning them not to forget the Lord and exhorting them to remember him and his salvation. David penned 2 psalms to bring to remembrance, Psalms 38 and Psalm 70. Don't worry, we'll keep it lighthearted. All right, let's be real. In this fast-paced world, sleep often feels like a luxury we can't afford. But here's the thing. Skimming on sleep is like forgetting to save your game progress. All that hard work your brain did during the day, yeah, it might not stick around. Sleep, my friends, is crucial for memory consolidation. It's like tucking those precious memories in for the night, making sure they're safe and sound until morning. Think of it this way. Your brain is like a supercomputer, processing tons of information all day long, and just like any computer, it needs downtime to defrag and install updates. That's what sleep is for. When you're sleep deprived, your brain is running on fumes, struggling to hold on to all those important files, memories. You know those nights when you're up late cramming for an exam, fueled by caffeine and sheer willpower? Yeah, not doing your memory any favors. You might ace the test the next day, but a week later, it's all a blur. That's because without enough rest, your brain doesn't have the chance to properly process and store that information. So if you're constantly pulling all-nighters, whether it's for work, school, or just binge-watching your favorite show, it's time to rethink that strategy. Your brain and your memory will thank you for it. Trust me, prioritizing sleep is like investing in a high-yield savings account for your brain. The returns are incredible. We all know the feeling of being completely drained after a night of tossing and turning. You're groggy, irritable, and your brain feels like it's stuck in first gear. It's no wonder you can't remember where you left your keys. So how much sleep do we actually need? Well, the magic number for most adults is around 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night. That means uninterrupted, restful sleep in a cool, dark room. Making sleep a priority isn't always easy, but it's one of the best things you can do for your brain health and your overall well-being. So tonight, put down your phone, turn off the TV, and treat yourself to a good night's rest. Let's talk about food, glorious food. We all have our guilty pleasures, right? Those sugary treats, those greasy fast food fixes. But here's a thought that might make you put down that donut. Your brain needs fuel, and not the kind you get from a drive-through window. Think of your brain as a high-performance sports car, a Tesla perhaps, for the environmentally conscious. You wouldn't fill a Tesla with cheap, low-grade fuel, would you? No way. You'd give it that premium, high-octane stuff to keep it running smoothly. Your brain is the same way. It craves nutrient-rich foods that provide it with the energy and building blocks it needs to function at its best. Now, when we talk about a brain-boosting diet, we're not talking about deprivation or boring salads. We're talking about delicious whole foods that nourish your brain and make you feel amazing. Think colorful fruits and vegetables packed with antioxidants, fatty fish swimming in omega-3s, and whole grains that provide long-lasting energy. On the flip side, a diet high in sugar and unhealthy fats is like throwing a wrench in your brain's engine. These dietary villains can lead to inflammation, oxidative stress, and even insulin resistance, all of which can impair brain function and increase your risk of cognitive decline. Sugar might give you a temporary energy boost, but it's followed by a nasty crash that leaves your brain feeling sluggish and foggy. And those unhealthy fats found in processed foods and fried goodies, well, they're not doing your brain any favors either. They can actually disrupt the communication between brain cells, making it harder for your brain to form and retrieve memories. Start by swapping out sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea. Choose baked or grilled foods over fried options, and make sure your plate is bursting with colorful fruits and vegetables. Stress, the ultimate brain drain. Okay, let's talk about stress, that unwelcome guest who always seems to overstay their welcome. We all experience stress from time to time. It's a normal part of life. But here's the thing. Chronic, unrelenting stress is like a wrecking ball to your brain, and your memory pays the price. You know that feeling when you're super stressed and your mind is racing with a million thoughts? It's like your brain is a crowded, chaotic marketplace. In this chaotic state, it's no wonder your brain struggles to focus and retain information. But here's the really scary part. Chronic stress can actually shrink the size of your hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for forming new memories. It's like stress is taking a chisel to your brain, chipping away at its ability to learn and remember. So what's the culprit behind this stress-induced brain drain? Well, it's a hormone called cortisol, often referred to as the stress hormone. When we experience stress, our bodies release cortisol, which in small doses can be helpful, providing us with the energy and focus we need to deal with challenging situations. But when stress becomes chronic, our cortisol levels remain elevated, and that's when the trouble starts. High levels of cortisol can damage the hippocampus, impairing its ability to form new memories and retrieve old ones. Exercise is a fantastic stress reliever. When you engage in physical activity, your body releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that have mood-boosting and stress-busting effects. Mindfulness meditation is another powerful tool for managing stress. By focusing on your breath and bringing your attention to the present moment, you can calm your racing thoughts and reduce feelings of anxiety. Remember, managing stress isn't about eliminating it completely. Couch potatoes beware, your brain craves movement. All right, let's get physical for a moment, shall we? And no, I'm not talking about joining a CrossFit gym or running a marathon. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. I'm talking about the simple yet profound impact that physical activity can have on your brain, especially when it comes to memory. Imagine your brain as a bustling city, with intricate networks of roads, highways, and bridges connecting its various regions. Now, imagine that physical activity is like a city planner's dream come true. It improves traffic flow, strengthens existing infrastructure, and even builds brand new routes for information to travel. That's because when you engage in physical activity, you increase blood flow to the brain, delivering a surge of oxygen and nutrients that those brain cells crave. It's like giving your brain a refreshing energy drink, but without the jitters and inevitable crash. But here's the really cool part. Exercise doesn't just boost blood flow. It also encourages the growth of new brain cells, a process known as neurogenesis. That's right, your brain has the amazing ability to generate new cells throughout your life, and exercise is like Miracle-Gro for your brain garden. These newborn neurons are especially important for memory formation and recall. They integrate themselves into the hippocampus, that memory powerhouse we talked about earlier, making it more robust and resilient to age-related decline. Brisk walking, dancing, swimming, gardening, any activity that gets your heart rate up and your body moving can make a difference. Even short bursts of activity throughout the day, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or doing a few jumping jacks during commercial breaks, can add up over time. The key is to find activities you enjoy and make them a regular part of your routine, so ditch the couch potato label and embrace a more active lifestyle. Social butterflies have more brain power, it's science. Let's face it, we humans are social creatures by nature. We thrive on connection, conversation, and the shared experiences that make life so rich and meaningful. But did you know that socializing isn't just good for your soul, it's also a powerful brain booster, especially when it comes to memory? Think of your brain as a muscle, a very special and complex muscle, but a muscle nonetheless. Just like any muscle in your body, your brain needs regular exercise to stay strong and sharp. And guess what? Social interaction is like a full-body workout for your brain. When we engage in conversations, navigate social situations, and process emotional cues, we're activating multiple areas of our brains simultaneously. It's like a mental juggling act that keeps our cognitive wheels turning and our synapses firing. But here's the really intriguing part. Social interaction doesn't just challenge our brains in the moment, it also strengthens our cognitive reserve, building up our resilience to age-related decline. It's like creating a protective buffer around our brains, helping to ward off cognitive impairment. Studies have shown that people who maintain strong social connections throughout their lives tend to have better cognitive function and a lower risk of developing dementia. So, how can we make sure we're getting our daily dose of brain-boosting social interaction? Well, it's all about being proactive and seeking out opportunities for connection. Join a club or group that aligns with your interests, whether it's a book club, a hiking group, or a volunteer organization. Make time for coffee dates with friends or family members. And don't be afraid to strike up conversations with strangers. You never know what you might learn or who you might meet. Your brain will thank you for it. So there you have it, folks. 5 things that could be messing with your memory. Remember, Taking care of your brain is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up to big results over time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, share it with a friend who could use a memory boost. Catch you in the next one.